All right, guys. Welcome back, traders. Today is Wednesday, June 15th. It's 10:45 in the morning, and guys, I'm just scanning the markets right now, trying to figure out where we can be buyers or sellers. And so you can see up here, I'm on a 4-hour chart. I have my favorites here. These are just the things that I really, really like trading. I've been trading these things for 13 years. I know the ebbs and flows of these markets. And this is where I start. So a lot of you guys say, how do you start your day? And I know it's late today. It's 10:45, but I'm just kind of going through it. And I'm really just looking for where my eye is trained to go, which are rally-based rallies, drop-based rallies, rally-based drops, and drop-based drops. Okay. So I'm looking at trend, I'm looking at high quality levels, and I'm trying to get a good understanding of where the markets are. I do this every single day, and we've had a major sell-off in nat gas. You guys can see from 8.6 to 7 is a huge sell-off here yesterday. All right, I'm sorry, 2 days ago. And so this is probably on the back end of some news. I mean, that's just crazy sell-off. So, but I don't really see anything here to trade against. So I'll come into a 15-minute. And guys, one of the things that I always do is I look at these previous lows here to try and find out if there's a good level, because these are critical areas, right? That's one of our stacking the odds studies that we use at Trading Price, are the critical areas here. And I don't really see anything. I mean, I see this drop-based drop. That's obviously going to be a good level. But I don't see anything in a 15-minute area that makes me too excited as far as getting long or short right now. Bounce over to the 6A. I'm going to go back to the 4 hours, see what we got. So we're at the bottom end of the curve right now. And I see this immediately, right? Drop-based drop here, which has drop-based drop. We do breach some lows here, but when we come in here, we kind of catch a bounce, and we don't breach the previous lows all the way, but still, nonetheless, not a bad area. What I notice here, though, is that as we leave this area, we have buying pressure that comes in right here before we fall. So there might be something there that we need to keep an eye on. But if I go into a 1 hour, and I can kind of tighten up my levels now more, this is that area right here. But what I see is kind of a level on level, right? I see this drop-based drop, which looks less good for my 4-hour level. There's going to be a turning point in price somewhere in here. So what I want to do is I want to get an alert if price comes out or above 1 hour level on level. And then I just kind of move on with my day, guys. Honestly, like, I'm not married to one side of the trade or the other. I'm just looking for opportunities. And as I scroll into a 30-minute, I don't really see anything strong buying pressure wise that makes me want to trade this. On the Russell, obviously the equity indices are down. We breached new lows. There's a lot of, like, this one right up here at 1852 looks really good, but there's 3 really nice drop-based drops right here, and we're trying to breach this this most recent high that we have right here. And if I look at a 30-minute, guys, I don't really see anything. I mean, I see this like rally-based drop, but it's not very strong. We're in the midst of it right now. We came into it above 60, so it might come back down, but my guess is that we're going to head a bit higher into this kind of area, but I don't really see anything good to short against. So honestly, guys, I'm just moving on. I'm gonna go to gold because the equity indices are gonna look pretty similar. the Russell, the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P are going to look pretty similar as far as that goes. As far as gold goes, kind of in this sideways channel, but we did break down to these most recent lows. Trying to catch a bid here though. In the last 4 hours, you can see we've come down quite a bit though, and this might not be a bad area right here to think about getting long. So that doesn't look so bad as long as we stay above 40. But you can see it bounced off the first cross of the 8 and 89. Even though there's no level here, it just respected that 89 really good. And we're coming back down. And that's about a $300 risk here on this trade potential. So what I want to know is if we breach that low. I want to know if we breach that low. So at or below. And you guys see this low that I'm talking about, right? Right before our level. If we breach that low, I'm going to set up my alert to tell me whether or not it's going to text me and it's going to email me whether or not we're below that, and that's going to potentially be a good trading opportunity. We have a rally-based rally that breaches all of these previous highs here, so definitely some buying pressure here. I also see this is an obvious drop-based drop that reaches new lows. So our first target, let me go back to trend real quick. Go back out. We are in a bit of a downtrend, so our first target would be a 3-to-1. So if we are risking 300, I'd want a $900. So that would be about right there. T1, and then T2 would be somewhere up here, right before this area where I would like to get short at, actually. So we can maybe take both sides of the trade on the gold. As far as copper goes, let's look at copper. Get rid of some of these drawings. Let's go back out to a 4-hour. We need about 200 candles, guys, to determine the trend. So we're down, but I would call this a very sideways trend. Very sideways trend where we have higher highs and then boom, we have a big sell off. So price is just trying to figure out where it wants to go right now. And on a 4-hour, I don't really see anything either here right now. On the one, kind of see this rally-based rally right here. We don't breach any previous highs or anything like that, but there's definitely some buying pressure here. Maybe if we go into a smaller time frame, you can take a look. But you can see as we're, let me fix this just a tad. You can see as we kind of come out of this level though, like we don't have big expanded range candles. We have 3 kind of mediocres before that. So I'd be more inclined to take a smaller position in this area, but I'm still okay with getting long there, even though we're in a downtrend. As long as we have some other stacking the odd studies in our favor, that's not a bad area to go ahead and get long. In that small little area, we're against the trend, obviously. We have a lot of stuff above us, but if we come down quickly into that area, we're gonna catch a bounce as long as we're above 40, and that might be a decent trade on the copper. As far as crude oil goes, crude's been all over the place lately. You see that's one of the shorts that we got that we're still in right now. But let's see. Oh, let me go back, get my drawing tools. On a 4-hour, this immediately stands out to me as this drop-based rally. But it's not fresh, right? We have this area right here, and we bounce off of that. We have this kind of drop-based rally that does breach new highs. And so I want to dive into a little bit smaller time frame to see if there's anything good. Rally-based rally right here. We're coming into that right now. this guy right here. Let me dupe that. That's really not a bad area. 116.25. And crude oil has really been bouncing around like 110 to 120 for quite some time right now. We are in an uptrend. We're hovering over this, but you can see on this last rally that we have up here that we barely breached 60, even though we broke new highs. And so there might be some weakness coming into the market. So we got to keep that in mind. And you can see the 1 hour level that we have here is this 4 hour drop based rally as well. So maybe we take the entire area here. But I like that 1 hour off the oops, what happened here? I like that 1 hour that 1 hour level. As far as on the upside, let's see if we can dive into a 15 and see if there's anything. I like this level, drop base drop right here. Above, it is very wicky. And if we come in above 60, I'd be looking at this drop base drop above it. But you can see we go drop base drop, new low. We go from 120 to 116 off of it. Catching a really big bid right now from 116.50 to 117.50 off of just that 1 hour hour level, just above that, before we can get back up here. So guys, honestly, we're just kind of navigating the markets right now, just trying to figure out where we can be a buyer and be a seller potentially. I'm gonna go back into the equity indices and see if there's something. Let's go into a 4 hours, see if there's something there. On the S&P, markets are really trying to catch a bid right now. We're so weak. But obviously we have the drop base drop and the drop base gap and run that we had on Sunday night, which looks very much similar to the Russell. And on the Dow, same thing. You know, we really need to try and breach above these things if we're going to get any buying pressure, if we're going to at all. And on a 30-minute, I don't see any like crazy areas of demand here that stand out. I just don't see anything, guys, here on the equities. So that doesn't look like a bad area right here. Boom, boom. Right? Drop, base, drop. Big area right here. Maybe we get alerted if we come back up here on the Dow. And one of the things that I would do is I would be looking at the comparison chart to find out what was the weakest market as we come back in there. Because the Dow, the Russell, the NASDAQ, and the S&P, they're going to move very similarly. And what I want to know is as we come back up into a level, which one is the weakest? Because I want to sell weakness and I want to buy strength. And right now, if I go into a flexible grid and I set this up, we can do that. That's fine. Oh, come on. There you go. We can see right now that the NASDAQ is the strongest, while the Dow is the weakest right now on the day. So, and guys, inside the accelerator, inside of your login membership, you can see how to set this comparison chart up. But the NASDAQ is the strongest of the day, and the Dow is the weakest of the day so far. So something to keep in mind as we come back into a level, what that would look like. Whoops. And guys, right now, we're really just scanning the markets here, trying to figure out where we can or can't be a buyer at. And one thing I always remind our traders of is, guys, you worked so hard for the money that's in your account. You got to be picky with levels. You got to be picky. You know, sometimes there's not always anything to do, even though we're in like a major trend right now, a downtrend specifically in the indices. You know, you got to be picky with where you're a buyer or seller at. You can't just buy, or you can't just sell because you feel something. You have to be very, very picky with your levels. And right now, kind of going through the favorites, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So, guys, with that, take it easy. I hope you have a great day. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and make it a great day. Hopefully you have a great trading day. All right, guys, take it easy.